Okay, let's begin with breaking news from Kyrgyzstan, where security services are saying they've foiled what they're calling a coup attempt. At least 15 people have been detained, including politicians and former officials. Well, Al Jazeera's Basravi is in the capital, Bishkek, with more on what's happening. What more do we know about what's going on?
Well, Rob, what we're hearing is coming from an official government statement that was released by the security service. They say that in tandem with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, they carried out a series of raids in which they arrested 15 people who were planning an armed coup in the post-election period. Now, this comes just less than 48 hours before the country is due to go to the polls for parliamentary elections. And the reports suggest that what was going to happen is that these were organizers that were going to try to amass as many as 1,000 people in the days after the election to contest elections, not in the halls of government, but on the street, as is very common in Kyrgyzstan. Now, what we were hearing is that they were planning to have clashes with police and security services and try to use that as an excuse to overthrow violently President Sadyr Japarov's government. Ironically, President Sadyr Japarov just last year rose to power in similar circumstances. This country has seen 3 violent revolutions in the last 15 years, and upcoming parliamentary elections are something that the government is trying to use to show that they are the adults in the room, that they are the government of stability. And this report of a foiled coup plot, it has to be said, is happening at a very convenient time, just days before the parliamentary vote.
Let's talk about those upcoming elections. I mean, where does the opposition, for example, stand with regard to the elections?
Well, you know, one thing that's happened during the campaign season is that President Sadyr Japarov, he is extremely popular, but he's been criticized for cracking down on those that are against him as critics, any sort of political dissent, as well as cracking down on press freedom. But the fact of the matter is, in the rural as well as urban areas, he is still the most popular political leader currently in the country.
Blinded by a childhood disease, Dastan Bekeshev struggled with depression at an early age. The pursuit of knowledge, he says, saved him and led him to a career as a lawyer. Once a member of the party overthrown by Kyrgyzstan's president, Sadyr Japarov, the acting MP is now running for parliament as an independent. His campaign slogan, "I see the truth," a play on his disability, suggests he has not lost his sense of humor, and perhaps a jab at the current leadership. He may be blind, but even he is able to see the people's real problems.
Social media is just like TV. You can be recognizable, you can make appeals from social media, but you will not lead your voters to the ballot boxes. That is why personal contact, the moment when you are chatting with your potential voter, it betters the chances that this voter will come and vote for you.
In a system that has for years run on political favoritism, Dastan walking the beat makes him a rare breed.
The election for a new parliament is only a few days away, but walking around the capital, Bishkek, you wouldn't be able to tell. This is the lowest level of public activity this country has ever seen before a vote. Now, that may be down to a nationwide case of what some experts are calling political fatigue. This is, after all, the 4th round of polls this country is conducting in a year.
Political heat from opposing forces is also noticeably milder. Dissent has been muffled by allegations of corruption, opposition activists and leaders are out of the country or in prison. And frontrunners that are likely to fill parliamentary seats largely back the president. Japarov has not been as heavy-handed as previous leaders, but has cracked down on political opponents, intimidated critics, and passed laws to weaken press freedom, things he said he would not do. Public promises that make him popular, his critics say, are a cover for the same corruption of past governments. Many fear the elections will be followed by hostility.
I have no doubt that's going to happen. History's shown us that such dictators as the current government wait for elections only to strengthen their vertical power. As soon as they have enough support, as soon as they have the parliament and the courts in their hands, they will intensify their fight against us.
Voter turnout is going to be an important indicator of the health of democracy in Kyrgyzstan. And after years of ballots cast out of fear, under pressure, or for payment, turnout this time is expected to be extremely low. Basravi, Al Jazeera, Bishkek.